What's up, guys? Time to show off the newest Porsche build. This one is similar to the last one with the yellow leather on here, the Italian leather, but outside of that we've got a nice white front-facing Porsche. Had awesome yellow highlights and orange highlights, so since white hands might not translate as well, and I didn't want to do black hands since it's supposed to be vibrant, right? So black would have been a good option too if you wanted to get away from that kind of vibrant look. So we did some orange PloProf hands. Brush case, small coin bezel, resin filled insert, obviously yellow with black accents. And just did a nice milled crown, milled case back. And you have your super soft Italian leather with a nice gray stitch down it. And then I had some fancy preview buckles that are lasered out, so no BVW on anything. You just have to know that's what. Oh, I guess you'll have it on the side of your box in case you forget where you got it from. But that's the build. Came out very, very, very awesome. You will love the strap on this thing. Painted edges, super pliable and soft. That's interesting. It dropped right through there. Bezel on it will turn left, it'll turn right, but it is a tighter turn. This is a tension ring bezel. Automatic mechanical, you've got a rotor in the back that moves around as you move and keeps winding going. But before you set your time, before you put it on, you're going to want to wind it just a little bit to make sure that you don't lose any time through the day. So just do that a few winds. So you're going to back the crown off the threads. So you hear it and feel it clicking. You'll also notice, get a little bit of play, you'll know that you're off that crown tube. At that point you can wind. And a wind is clockwise turn as you're looking at it, or away from you. Turning it towards you doesn't wind it, but it is a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and keep you from, like what I just did right there, putting it back on the crown tube. Because if you put any little bit of pressure, you start winding it back on. See, you're right there. So I just go back and forth, and if I feel it's going on, I take it right back off, and then pull slightly to make sure I'm off that tube. Anyway, 4 or 5 seconds of that mixed with the rotor movement will keep your time throughout the day, but if you do it for another 4 or 5 seconds, you'll max out your 31-hour plus power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it. It's got a slipping mainspring, so as you're winding and it gets to the full compression, it will just deflect. So once you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. Does not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You'll also notice you've got a wobble crown. This deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, so when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressure on the keyless works or the movement. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 10:15 a.m.
10:15 a.m. When you're good, you're going to push this over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. And that is your build. Came out pretty awesome. As with every build, you're going to get matching beats. I might trim that just slightly. Yeah, probably just snip that just a little bit so it's not sticking up as much. That's where we normally hide them, is right inside there. She can hang out with me while I trim this. I don't want to pull it too tight. There we go. And have the proper scissors sitting right here. And didn't want to go grab them. So I used ones that are like a foot long. So, now it's tied up and smaller there. Anyway, matching beads that go with the watch. You're going to get one of my new slider boxes. Very, very heavy. With the new Atlas watch pillow in there. This build will come with watch cleaner. This is a foamer, good on all glass and metal. So everything here in the center. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber. Leather conditioner to keep that strap perfectly soft. You actually probably will never need it, but it'll be good for your other straps. So anything you have that's a tougher leather, put it on there, let it soak in, remove any excess using a rag or, something you use to apply conditioner to like boots. Don't use one of your microfibers. And then lastly, but not leastly, I'm sure that's the word, fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's like Polywatch, which is something that takes scratches out of acrylic glass, which is what you have right here. So if you ever get a scratch there, put a tiny bit of this on it and buff it out using your color matching microfiber. Scratches up and down, just go left and right, filling that scratch, haze it, buff it out. If it's still there, wait a little bit, let that solidify, and then revisit it. Just do it again. But anyway, that's it. That's how you take care of your watch. And that's the build. If it is going to you, congrats. You got a kick-ass watch. And, yeah, that's it. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.